Literacy is a fundamental component of learning, and as educators, it's comforting to know that we have resources available to help students with their literacy growth.
And Read and Write for Google is a Chrome extension that is available to all of our students that will help them improve their literacy and writing skills. And we're going to show you some of their features on this week's episode of ITV. Read and Write for Google is the purple puzzle piece located next to your web address bar. It is accessible through the Chrome browser, and when selected, it displays a toolbar that has a variety of features that support students with their comprehension, with their vocabulary, and their reading.
Read and Write for Google contains features that are great for reading assistance. One of the options that is available inside of it is a read aloud option that will let students listen to text as they read it. To access these features, you can select the Read and Write extension, and you will see the Google Read and Write toolbar appear. If I want text to be read to me, I can highlight that text and then click the play button.
Long ago, the earth was covered in darkness.
When I select the pause button, the play will pause. If I want to continue from where I left off, I can press the pause button again.
None of the creatures living there.
And if I press the stop button, it will reset. Inserting my cursor inside the paragraph will allow a sentence, an individual sentence, to be read to me at a time. Read and Write also includes a screen mask feature that will allow me to mask the majority of the screen and just focus on a small portion of text. When I select screen mask, you see my screen goes gray, and as I move my cursor down, I now have a clear bar that moves with me that will allow me to just focus in on a small section, paragraph, sentence of text.
These tools enable students to read with their eyes and ears, but Read and Write has highlighters that, when used with a purpose, help the students build comprehension.
Another key feature that the Google Read and Write extension has inside of your Chrome browser is the ability to have your students highlight text. So if you're a math teacher, you might want your students highlighting a keyword indicating what type of word problem they are working on. So in this first one, the keyword is total. You would have your students highlight that word and then select one of the 4 different highlighter colors. The keyword would then be highlighted. Now, if you're an English teacher and you give your students a passage where they would highlight the different parts of speech inside of a passage, you would want to make sure that you indicate which color is a particular part of speech. So, for instance, you might have the students highlight nouns in blue and verbs in pink. So after your students highlight the parts of speech, they can then select the Collect Highlights button on the Read and Write menu bar, and a new document will be made with all of the parts of speech that your students have highlighted, and a new document will be created. Last thing is, you want to make sure that your students change the name of that document that was created so that each time that they create a new highlighted document, it stores it correctly.
Using the highlighters in Read and Write are a great way for students to be able to summarize a passage or even compare and contrast to text. Now, Read and Write also has some vocabulary features built inside of it, including a picture dictionary and even my favorite, the vocabulary list.
Read and Write for Google offers several different vocabulary supports for teachers. One of the options that they have is a dictionary that will allow students to see and hear definitions for words they may not know. I have a list of geography vocabulary words for this example to show you how students can see and hear definitions for each word. All I would need to do is select my Read and Write for Google toolbar. Once I've done that, I can select a word or put my cursor next to a word. And in my toolbar, there is an option that says Dictionary. When I select Dictionary, it will provide me with a definition for the word that my cursor is next to. I can hit this triangle button, which is my play button, to listen to the definition.
Noun. Sometimes the world is referred to as the globe. They traveled all around the globe.
And if the definition is one that works for me, I can select it And now I can even drag it into a certain location inside of my Google Doc. In addition, Read and Write for Google also provides a picture dictionary where I can have visuals for words as well as my word definition. Using the same process, selecting my Read and Write for Google toolbar so it pops up, then selecting the word, I can choose the picture dictionary, which is right next to the dictionary. And when I select that option, I will get a visual that will give my students an image that will help them define what that word is. Just like I did with the definition, I can move that visual into my text. Read and Write also includes a vocabulary list option that can make a table similar to this for you, and then you can use this for different options such as a vocabulary review. In this example, I have my vocabulary list highlighted, or all my words highlighted using a particular highlighter. You can use different colors, multicolors, whatever you think is most suitable for you or your students. With these vocabulary words highlighted, I can then go into my Read and Write toolbar and choose the vocabulary button. And after I have selected the vocabulary button, you see a document is automatically generated, and it has all the information that we had in it before. The globe, the definition, as well as a symbol. It even has an extra column out here where you can have students type notes, or you can change this to something else where maybe you have your students write a sentence using the vocabulary word. As a teacher, you could generate this list, and then you could remove different parts of it and require students to find those different missing elements. So you could remove the word and have the students, based off the definition as well as the visual, find the vocabulary word. Or maybe you have them find the definition of a word, or maybe you have them find the symbol for the word. So you can, as a teacher, create this, remove the parts that you want the students to fill in, and give this to your students.
Remember, Read and Write from Google is accessible from any website on the Chrome browser, Google Drive applications like Docs, Sheets, and Slides, as well as in PDFs as well.
And if you're having trouble viewing or finding the purple puzzle piece, try saying that 3 times fast.
Right.
You can search for it in the Chrome Web Store or contact your PDL specialist. That's going to do it for this week's episode. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check us out next week for another edition of IT Weekly.